Hello, my water signs. Happy Sunday. Let's get started to your reading, guys. Spirit, any messages for water signs? What do water signs need to know, please? Any messages? Ooh, the Empress in reverse. Any messages for water signs? The Nine of Wands. Any messages? The Lovers. Any messages for water signs, please? Any messages for water signs? You have Temperance. You have the Four of Cups. You have the Nine of Swords. You know, here's the thing, water signs. Some of you may be dealing with a connection where there's a lack of growth, or, I want to say the word prosperity. That word might mean something to you. Maybe you have it in a tattoo. Maybe you have it on a saying, on a picture in your home. But there's like a lack of growth here, really. Some of you may have placed boundaries on somebody, or you've asserted some sort of boundaries. In fact, you may be trying to cut something off that no longer really serves a purpose here, because I feel like whatever this is, it's really dead weight to you. When with the Nine of Wands is somebody who's been through it, okay? The Nine of Wands is the wounded warrior, okay? It's the last man standing, basically. A lot of you are tired of this. There's something that there's no opportunity, there's lack of growth, it's not really going anywhere. Some of you, this could have to do with a child, or you could be a wife, whatever. I feel like you're bored with this. With the Four of Cups, you're tired. You've been through a lot. There's something that's not really bringing you any real growth in a connection. Here's the thing. Whatever this is with the Lovers to the Temperance card, there's a need for healing and balance in a situation, and you know that. You know that. This person knows that, okay? And I feel like somebody is very much so in their head. I feel like somebody is tired of always being the one to be the wounded warrior. I feel like maybe you're in a connection where somebody constantly goes through it more than the other person, or you're in a one-sided connection. It's always one person making everything work. And I feel like you're starting to realize this with the Four of Cups. I think you're really starting to reflect on this. You're bored of it. You're tired of it. There's no real growth here. It's not going anywhere. Maybe you share kids with this person. You have a family life. You are married to them, whatever. Okay? You could be dealing with a Libra, Taurus, Sagittarius, Cancer, Gemini, and or Sag. Maybe something is not going how you expected it to go. And I feel like there is love here. There's love, okay? It just needs some sort of balance or healing. Okay? And I feel like somebody's constantly always in their head. Another thing I'm getting is that somebody could have options, or there's other things going on in the background why something is not working out. But somebody has worries. This keeps them up at night, whatever this is. It's like they want this healed love. They want to come together and heal things and balance things out. But it's almost like somebody's always in their head about this. Like to be honest, water signs, there's no growth here. It's not as abundant as you think it is, or as it should be, is what I'm getting. Okay? Something came to my mind and it kind of slipped that I was channeling. The phrase, "this is the last time," came to my head. Like, I don't know. It's just something isn't as abundant. It's not growing. It's not going anywhere. Okay? I feel like another thing I was going to say is that there could be somebody who's been really, really patient with this. Real patient. Like, tried to be patient. They tried to work something out. They've tried to stick by somebody's side and it's not going anywhere at all. Some of you may be dealing with somebody who has options. Maybe they're a drinker. They drink a lot. Or maybe this is you, okay? Maybe somebody has options. They're tired of fighting for somebody. They're tired of fighting for something to grow. It's not going anywhere, okay? Spirit, clarify the Empress in reverse. You have the Hermit. Clarify the Empress in reverse. The Two of Pentacles. Clarify the Empress in reverse. The Ace of Pentacles in the reverse. And the World wanted to come out. This may have to do with money or finances. Something isn't as successful or stable as it was supposed to be. There's no longevity to this, water signs. I gotta be honest. And I think you know that because water signs, you guys are very intuitive. And you have the Hermit here. You know, there's a lot of juggling here. I gotta be honest, a lot of juggling. Maybe something's definitely one-sided. There's a lot of juggling. There's a lot of indecision. This could have to do with money. I feel like this is a cycle. You know, you could be dealing with somebody who's in and then they're out. They try to offer you the Ace of Pentacles and then they come back around as the Two of Pentacles. There's a lot of indecision. And maybe this has to do with children. I don't know why I'm getting this. You know, I hate to say this. The Empress in reverse, and this is kind of dark and deep. So if this doesn't apply to you, don't take it. And if it does, I do want to wish you my condolences, you know, because this is a hard message. Sometimes the Empress in reverse can talk about fertility issues and it can talk about child loss. No, I'm not really picking up on this child loss or fertility issues, but for some of you that might be a thing. Some of you might have lost a child, okay? And this is a side message I'm getting that's very, very deep. There was something here that was supposed to have longevity, and maybe, here's the thing. Somebody could be pregnant, doesn't have to be. Somebody here, you know, I feel like with the Empress, there was supposed to be this healing, balanced love. Something was supposed to come together, and it's not. You know, some of you could have been pregnant and lost a child. Maybe you just got pregnant with somebody. You thought it was going to go somewhere. Maybe you lost a child and you've realized the relationship isn't going anywhere. Some of you could be pregnant and you didn't lose the child. Maybe this person offered to step up. You realize they're not really stepping up. Okay, some of you might be a single parent or getting ready to be, and I hate to say this, but there's something about there's just no growth or expansion in a situation. There's no longevity here. Also, I feel like there's a financial issue. Somebody doesn't really have the money for the bills type situation. Somebody's always juggling, and this could have to do with the finances. Some of you, your abundance is blocked right now. Okay? You have no growth going on in your life. Some of you, and you know, here's the thing. Some of you could be drinkers. Maybe somebody here, they suffer with addiction. They drink a lot. Maybe they smoke a lot. I don't know. But it's like there's no growth in your life. There's, especially in your finances. I think this is blocking your finances. Some of you may be dealing with somebody that uses you for money, or you use them for money, and there's no growth. You know, there may be a period of karma. And I'm going to say this. If you use somebody for money, people are going to use you for money. Okay? That energy is going to come back around. And you're also going to suffer with it within your own finances, because when you use people for money and then you turn around and you get stable, you're going to notice that your finances are dwindling. They're going in other places. And really, it's just karma. is what it is. It's karma. Somebody could be dealing with karma. But there's something about there's no stability here. There's no growth, okay? And maybe this has to do with the love situation. I feel like there's somebody here that needs to heal. They wanted this healing, loving relationship, and it's not going anywhere, okay? Water signs, I'm going to be honest. You guys are very intuitive. You need to let this go, whatever this is. If you lost a child, I do want to say that I'm sorry. That message is kind of deep. It's not going to be for everybody, and it can be a trigger. So I do get that. But there's no growth here, water signs, and I think you should really just let this go. Let this go and heal on your own, because I feel like you're slowly starting to realize this with the Four of Cups. You're tired of this. There's a disconnect here. You've been meditating on this. You've been pondering on it. Like, you feel it. You know it type energy. You know this isn't going anywhere. Okay? Let's pull some T cards on this. Spirit, any T cards for water signs, please? Any T cards for water signs? You have ain't shit. Any T cards for water sign, Spirit? You have child services. You have played out. Any T cards for water signs, Spirit? Any T cards for water signs? And you have no facts. Here's the thing with child services. I say this every time it comes out. It doesn't necessarily have to mean what it means. For some of you, I said this is a family dynamic. You could share children, so this may have something to do with children. Here's the thing. You could be dealing with someone that acts very immature. Maybe they don't have their children, okay? There's something about children here. Some of you could be a single parent, or you're going to become a single parent, okay? Here's the thing. This all goes with this Four of Cups card. Ain't shit, played out, no facts. Some of you are starting to realize that you're starting to realize it with this Four of Cups, okay? Something here is old. You're fed up. There's no growth. It's not going anywhere. There's a financial block. Somebody has options. It's the same old thing. There's no growth. You need to let it go. At the bottom of the deck, you do have girl fight. So there's somebody here has options. Okay? I'm going to be honest. And whatever this is, it is affecting you financially. Just so you know, or it will affect you financially in the future. Yeah. I don't know. All I can say, water signs, is follow your intuition on this one. And I hope you get out of it. It kind of sounds terrible. It sounds like it sucks. But let it go. Because there's no growth here. It's not going anywhere. And it's not going to do any good to keep holding on to this. Okay? So if this resonated, water signs, I know it's kind of a trigger warning. So if it does not apply to you, please don't take it. But if you enjoy this message, please subscribe.